Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I finished the mining module for the Empress. So this is basically a separate ship that can dock and merge to the Empress. And then the Empress has a lot of mining capabilities with these 6 drill and fill systems. She could do the whole filling stuff too, but that's something I'm not totally interested in, or not at the moment, let's say it that way. But the mining aspect or the collecting aspect is really cool. It came in handy. That's why I'm a bit further than I should be, because the Empress ran completely out of uranium. So we had empty reactors. This thing, as soon as it moves, uses a lot of power. Underestimated that, the amount of uranium I need. So I went and found an asteroid, or I was, that's the good part. It kind of ran out of power while I was searching for an asteroid to test the system. So, let us take a short look if it did some more processing, because I have set it up to just process more. You can see that we now are still processing more than 500k uranium in this container. We have multiple containers with ores, and that hopefully gives us enough power to that it hopefully gives us enough power to do some more runs with that thing. You can see, and that is just sitting here. 395 was 400. The ship is just sitting here, and it made one jump from back, the asteroid back to here. So I've done some more work around the whole ship, just in this area, a bit with color. The color problem kind of solved itself. Alex Hudson had the idea to go and just take the color, and with that I could do some smoothing out, but I'm not too happy with it because it's the same color, and I don't know where the problem lies. I'm good now, everything's fine. We can go and do some other stuff now. So let us go back to the module for a second, just again to show you how it looks, how it is made, and just to see what else we have there. So on the module there are 2 reactors, 2 small reactors. This thing might not work. The reactors are there. The module or the drill and fill system might not work once it is decoupled, so it is not a mining ship on its own, but it can move for a bit, can stay where it is with the thrusters. It doesn't have a lot of thrusters, so that's just there to keep it basically in place once it is decoupled. Can move a bit, so it's a bracket around the hull here in the middle, and we have centered the drill and fill system. Let me take a look. So it is right now a bit pushed a bit more to the bottom. You can see the box where it will collect stuff. It at the moment collects everything except stone. So the asteroid I flew to, it is still there. It didn't touch anything of the stone. It just grabbed all the uranium and iron it could get. We could be even more specific with it and just say, okay, I just want to have the uranium, but having a lot of iron in here is also not a bad thing. At the moment, I will try to use the jump drive a bit more. So not more precise, because what we did while I was doing a bit of reconnaissance together with Pyburn, we jumped rapidly. And I have the feeling that's one thing that also contributes to running out of power, because the hyperdrive might suck in more power than is good for us. So what I did, and that's what we will do today, is we will land on object 85, and I have filled up the landing ship or the dropship with some materials. I want to do this crater. That's where we took a look at already, and it has this slice of sunlight inside of it. So we will start a base, a really small base there. This ship has built-in repair systems now, so we can use it to hopefully fix up the start of a base down here. I always wanted to have a moon base, never built one on the moon around the Earth-like planet, so we will do it here for the first thing. And this thing I decided to be not realistic, but we will keep it small and just we will not overdo it. That's the plan, at least, that I have. I hope that we can keep this. So we should go a bit into the sunlight so that we can use some solar panels to gather power, and later we will have to figure out a way to move over the surface and yeah, maybe move a bit into another crater again. All these things would be really nice. Okay, touchdown. And now let us see. The gravity is not high, so we have good don't know, jump capabilities right now. Not that it is really necessary. I like the sight. The sun just over the horizon, this small or really flat valley here that runs between two of these mountains here, or the crater walls. Basically, it's a breach in the crater walls, just there to do the whole solar thing again. We cannot rely on wind farms here, so the first thing we should start is maybe a bit of a power tower so that we can set up a smart rotor on there. And then I will maybe try something that Ramethep usually does. This whole building real compact things. So we will build just a small habitat that we can hopefully make airtight and hopefully bring in some ice from somewhere. I don't know if this planet has ice on its, or this moon has ice on its own. So that's something we will have to figure out. We should also build then a small rover to get around. Here in this crater for now, I will first search for everything in this crater, and then we will maybe use a small ship or this one to just get out and see if we can find anything around the crater walls, something close by. That would be neat. Okay, let us start. I want to have... We need light armor blocks, we need some conveyor junctions. A battery is always appreciated. Interior pillars. Then maybe smart rotor. And first, again, we bring up some power. Thing we can always do again is have some solar panels here. The only thing that I might lose out on, and that's something. Let me see how bad it is here. I kind of want to have things outside of this light beam, so maybe we can move over a bit so that the base can maybe at least reach a bit into the dark part here, so that we hopefully, don't know, can do some lighting around the base, some of these things. Ship we will need to bring over. And the first thing I want to do is set up some wheels. These are the AT wheels. I should have gotten rid of the... I just need the 1x1 wheels just as a bit of a bottom here. Then the pillars again to go up. Oh no, that's the wrong kind of pillar. No. I have to look around my microphone. That's always a thing not easily done. A bit higher. We might run into the problem that not all solar panels get power here. Might have messed up just a bit, but that's okay. We will go a bit higher. Just a tad bit higher. And place the smart rotor on top. Should we do another wheel? Just to cap it. Come on. Okay. And now we bring over the ship. Again, this ship now has some built-in repair systems. We should be able to at least get the first things up running. Maybe if we add... Maybe if we add a seed or something like that. We need something with computers so that the whole thing notices this is something we have done. I will use a button panel. And we maybe should get in and... Oh, do we need a cockpit, really? Okay, for the first part we will just... A cockpit, a control seat. That's also something where I then can load up for now. Maybe we find also a good way to produce some oxygen here with oxygen farms. This needs to be turned on. Oh no, what are you doing? Why? Why? This was completely unnecessary good thing. At least I have the stations still turned on, so it will not immediately crash everything to the ground. So bring that back in, and then this block, this block, this block. What else do we need? Computers. I hope I have more computers. No. Come on, I didn't forget computer. Okay, this. Now you should be up and running. Yes, good. Okay. That is dealt with. I hope I have enough stuff for the smart rotor. That could be a bit of a problem. I have enough materials for that, I hope. I brought everything that I could need. So we have motors, we have large steel tubes, we have all this stuff. Okay, then. Why is it not working? Do we need to... Oh, we need a bit of power for it. So we need a battery. That's something we can get. Maybe also a solar panel. It's again, it will be rickety for now, but that hopefully will change over time. But I want to keep this base kind of low profile, or based in reality. It's so dumb, but I want to have a really small compact base with just a few things around that we maybe later can upgrade. But I don't want to have the same thing that I did on Fundland, where I went in and just had a massive had massive modules drop down that just that just, don't know, dwarfed certain things. So that might be not the best idea here, but or not. This is not, will not be the idea. I want to have maybe smaller walkways, if I have walkways in between modules. Have just a small habitat for now that just has the bare necessities, kind of. That's how I want to mainly do it. Good. I need again the solar panel, the normal tier 1, and I need the smart rotor, and I need this solar, this thing. So with this we can turn the panels into the sun, or it doesn't turn the panels into the sun, that does the rotor, but this is the place where we can anchor the panels. So that's the first thing, and I might only have the necessary materials for one. So it could be, yes, maybe a second one. Let us see. No, we only have 12 solar cells. That's not enough, but that should be enough power just for now, so that it hopefully refills this battery. Stored power fully recharged in 19 hours. Good thing. So that's what we need now. Do we have sun on these two, so we can add more solar panels later and can exchange them for the tiered solar panels. But now I want to go over here a bit. Let us go with a line for now. A line of blocks. Later we might change that up. Okay, so I want... One thing I kind of want to do is do it all over ground, basically, so that even the conveyors, I usually try to hide them. I usually try to just put them somewhere below the surface, so that they are not visible. I kind of want to have them here. So here we might... this is a bit of a problem. This is now a bit of a problem. I wanted to have two here, but that's okay. So we will put... How can I do this later? How can I connect this later? Do I have anything that maybe is a good thing to connect this? We could do it with pipes, or with scaffolds. The scaffolds might be good for the ground, for anything that goes into the ground. So if we, for example, just use some blocks here. Let me lay out a few things. So this, Then have scaffolds on the ends. Scaffold 1 block. And then we build over it. So we go up 1 block. Then we can get rid of these. And maybe we can use roundish blocks for that. I didn't use the roundish blocks too often. So what we can maybe do is something like a tube that sits on top of there. And with this tube, we can maybe brace it. So now we have a 7 block long tube. Could maybe brace somewhere. So, okay. I have an idea. So we, instead of having the scaffolding, have it here. We will put it on the outside. So we have then a tube that is just 3 wide. And now the question is how to fill this. I'm not really good at this. So have this, this. And then we have to find blocks that are airtight and that kind of... Okay, do I have 6? If I go half the corners, so I can do this and then this. Now, have an entrance. The best thing to start with is always the rotary airlock. I will do this instead of a vanilla airlock build. So the same, by the way, should happen here. 7. Have this. And also this. Good. The top will be the same. 6. And then we will maybe put some half blocks in there. Do I have the half? Just on top of it? What we don't have, or I have to take a look if we have them, is if we have roundish scaffolding. That could help. That could help if we have roundish scaffolding. Sure, we don't. Okay, then we will go with slopes. Have them over top. And then it looks a bit like these are the feet of the whole thing. So it hangs in these bracings, basically. I will make it over top of these. So not over top. I will remove everything that's below. Like this. I have just this connection for now. This might be a way how I can connect that later. One thing I always like is have something like how could I do this? So okay, we will do this. I have an idea for this. We will have a hub, basically, that is here. And from this hub, we can go and put a cargo container here. Because then we already have a cargo container on the inside of this thing. And this will then connect us to the power tower. And then we can remove this line. 5. And just get some pipes going. And from this side of the habitat, we can then go and... Oh no, this happens again. Oh. From this side of the habitat, we can then go into more areas. Or from this side. I want to have a really narrow tube. If it works out that way, that maybe goes to the rest of the station then. Okay, let us remove this. And remove this. This is not really needed right now. The battery we might move at one point to, don't know, have a battery pack somewhere. But from here...
Energy low.
Okay, from here we can go now to other parts of an eventual base and then have everything connected up, like, yeah, with from one hub or something like that, that just goes over to other parts. We will have to see. Most of the industrial capabilities, for example, we could just have on the outside. The base doesn't need a building for this. We could have just some containers set up that just sit somewhere in a cradle and are just there. Because, don't know, if you had just small living spaces or small habitats, why would you go and build containers around it? If don't know, the containers are just full of ore. They just don't need a air or a habitat or something like that. And the same counts for refineries that are just there to refine the materials. They can be somewhere on the outside, on the outskirts of the base. They don't need to be in airtight rooms. With space engineers, we have fortunately have the ability to just bring everything to us with the conveyors. So we don't need any real we don't need to go to any part of the base except for the living spaces. And then maybe, what is happening? Maybe don't know, do some science and all this stuff. And we can have on the outside, for example, we can have with the airlocks and all that stuff, we just can have a landing pad outside, then maybe a small rover workshop that is just there to maintain the rover, and even that can just be in space, in vacuum, basically. So, okay, what Ramethep, for example, always does is he tries to incorporate as much of the materials or the stuff that is on the inside, tries to incorporate that into the walls, so that basically your bed is one part of the stuff that makes the whole habitat airtight. I might not stick to it as much, but I at least want to try if that's possible. So if it's possible to just have a habitat, don't know, like I usually wouldn't build it. That's the thing. That's maybe a thing. I'm trying to contain myself here to a certain style of building. So what, for example, KMX has done, and that's one thing I really liked. is he built some staircases in front of his habitat. So maybe we can use the new catwalks and just have some stair. So a bit of a how to say that, patio in front of it. That might be the thing to do. Okay, I will go and do it this way. Then, because there is an opening here, we will do this, and for yeah, for this we might have a problem. How can we solve? There's one thing, is no three-sided. There's no three-sided thing, so maybe that is enough. 9. Okay, is that enough of a railing? So we need to bring this out one more, then have a roundish thing connect here so that we can hopefully, yes. And now we need to do the trick with the corner light. I saw that someone on Reddit posted that too. I'm always too late for this kind of stuff. The corner light. We can keep this on. It's not a bad thing to have. Okay. And then with the corner light here, we now can have another stair segment that hopefully connects up in a good fashion to this here. Why does it not work? Okay, I need some blocks to entice it to go there. So okay, that should still be connected. That works out. And we have this thing here now. That's a bit bad. I want to have a three-sided one of these. But if we work more with walkways, then maybe we can just we could try to just bring over more walkways from other parts. So okay, this so that it looks attached to something and just doesn't just hover there. And now okay, this already works. We need a bit of light in here. That's something that we will have to deal with. Not sure yet how to do this, but it will happen. Good. Some windows would be good. We can hopefully or maybe attach them from the outside and still have some airtightness going. Now the question is where to put an air vent. We will go with a vanilla one and put it somewhere here. So this is oh no, this is the scaffolding, so it is not airtight. On top of it. Let me think about this for a second. At the moment I couldn't do it any other way than to just use one of these conveyor events so that it is completely next to this block and covers that and makes it airtight? I hope this works out. So we have the small cargo container here. We have 2 beds. And one thing I want to test now is if we can get this whole thing airtight later by covering up some things. So I want to have one space where we that we maybe can remove later to bring in another airlock or something like that, but maybe have a corner for science stuff. So I want to test that. The lab equipment. If we can use the lab equipment to have some
energy low.
Okay, that's not good. Have some backing for something. Let me reload my energy. Should have made a seed in there. So that we can use this lab equipment as a backing. I hope that it is able to work as a point for attaching something to it. You can sometimes see that it might not work. It hopefully works here. It works. So we can close this off with a catwalk. And I want to have it that way so that for the moment we can use these catwalks on the outside of the station. Hopefully still have it airtight. And hopefully are able to still have the ability to build stuff on the inside onto the walls. So a kitchen, something to sit, something like that. That would be great. These blocks I will also cover up, and these will sadly be then full blocks. So these blocks will not work as something to so we will not be able to put on something here. Still no compound blocks. Sad thing, but sadly a reality that we still have to deal with. Okay, that got finished. Nice. Not that it is really important, but we have that now. So the throne is not done yet. And yeah, this hopefully is airtight. I kind of want to get some more materials. We are missing small steel tubes mainly. We have some bulletproof glass, but the small steel tubes we definitely don't have. Okay, then maybe let's grab some stuff. Ah, it looks so nice. This is such a nice look. It gets better. Once you come into the light, it still gets better. We could put some lights onto the side of it, maybe some spotlights or so, just to illuminate the area around. It's not as dark as I would like it. You can see that when I turn off the lamp, but it is still very, or a lot darker than we usually tend to build in. Or let's say it that way. I tend to build in. Okay, let us go up to the ship so we can maybe also bring some more solar panels. And then grab mainly small steel tubes and see what else we missed. I activated Tim on the ship so that we hopefully... Oh, man, this... I still like it. This is just a great moon. This was a great find on the workshop. Object 85. Great thing. More people should build here. Okay, let me grab stuff and then I will go back to the station and at least finish it for now. And we hopefully can see if it is airtight. Maybe we can bring in an O2 Gen 2 and hopefully add some ice to it. That would be maybe a thing for now, just so that we can see if it is airtight. Good. Back in a sec. I brought down all the materials, but one thing that I kind of always overlook is that one of the mods, modular encounter spawners, and I'm not sure if that's just because it I don't know, whatever it did, it brought in proprietary conveyor tubes. I don't know what this is, but the proprietary conveyor tubes, the mod must need it because it needs proprietary circuits. That's something I can't build. So it is from, you can see that on the top right, mod, modular encounter spawners. I don't know, or spawner, I don't know for what it does need them, but they don't work. So let us use the normal ones, the conveyor tubes. The big problem is the new system kind of, you can see that, brought that into the normal conveyor tube settings, and I always have to be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, yeah, this happens, that I end up with having to get rid of all that stuff again, do it anew. I will put an O2 gen here for now, but not before I didn't build another solar panel. So, solar panel. I have brought down some more materials for that, so I hope that we can just build that up here and hopefully have enough power for the O2 gen. It could be not enough. It could be that it is not enough. We will have to see how that works out. 9. And then just for now we place it on top and put some ice into it. Ugh. I don't deal well with low gravity. That's something I can't work with. Okay, where's the ice? I brought ice down. There it is. Oh, that's not a lot. So let me empty this out. This and this. And then we grab some more. I want to see if it is now airtight. The whole thing should already be built up. And now I can only hope that it works. Okay, no lights. Oh, and we have airtightness. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. A small room. Again, just a bit of a room. Nothing too big. That works as a small hideout here for now. But we have openings here, for example, and we can remove this and go out into that direction where we can maybe set up more of these tubes, interconnect them, and have, don't know, with that a small, relatively realistic moon base. Again, it's Space Engineers. It can't be too realistic, but it is realistic enough that it kind of looks the way we could imagine a moon base on our Earth's moon. Okay, now let us put down a desk somewhere where we can sit. Okay, it doesn't work there, but it works here. So we can set up a desk here. Maybe have a kitchen somewhere. Maybe not directly next to the shower, or it's maybe not the best idea. So what we could do for this is maybe have a locker room, or an armory locker. I think the armory locker has this nice... this thing. With this, we could also have then the shower be... not hidden, but be... or we could do it that way. So we can still use the shower. Not everybody can immediately see us showering. That's maybe an idea. And then have maybe a kitchen here. What we then don't have is a survival kit or something like that. Kitchen here. Yeah, the survival kit. We are missing that. Where could we build this up? There's no good thing for that. I would like to have that somewhere, but I don't know where. Can we put that into the ceiling? That's not a good idea, I think. Some lights would be nice too. How can we deal with the lights? I have an idea for that. The corner lights have also this version, the double version. And we could... okay, that doesn't work. It would have been nice if we would have just been able to put them somewhere here. The floor. We could have them on the floor. Maybe... not a good idea. Or we bring down... could bring down the ceiling somewhere here. And maybe... and attach some lights to that. That could work out. Ooh, I still have space to maybe add some greenery or some... okay, can we put down some plants or something like that? Just more decoration. Could have that here, for example, and then have can we get around a transparent LCD or something like that? That could be an idea to... What problem do these LCDs have? Come on. It needs to be turned around. It does not show how it has to be set up. So just to have a bit of a, don't know, a view... not a view blocking thing, but something that we can show some things on or whatsoever. That might be a nice idea. No, so that nobody can immediately completely walk into the room. Just to have a bit of something that blocks the entrance to maybe be able to get around this. Okay, this works. It's so sad that these lights don't do much. But with these lights we can definitely work. We have a bit of light in here now. I could... I think it would be nice to have a bit more light. Maybe we can do something else and have a window in the top. I have an idea. Let us test out one of the next blocks here. So if that works, gee, the window wall, if that is airtight, it should be. So the middle part, 7. Turn that around, then 9. Hopefully that's the right way. Yeah, that must be the right way. 8. Okay. See, that's the main problem. These things have a bit of a problem because that is the outside. So if we want to have it on the inside, we would have to turn that around, but then we would have it directly above our heads. Only then it is not tinted. I can live with that for now. So I will keep it that way right now. This already looks kind of... I think we can deal with this. The only problem that we still have is that we are missing... Okay. If we want to have a survival kit here somewhere. A survival kit. The only space where we could put it really well in would be here. And that wouldn't work out because this is the... oh, we can have it here. Oh, I forgot. This is open space here. We can have it here. Nice. Okay, then the only problem with this is this block kind of looks weirdish in the middle of the room here. But I can live with that right now. So maybe we can close off the conveyor port a bit. That looks weirdish. So if we bring lockers in front, lockers can have the armory lockers. We can use the normal ones. The normal ones would just leave the window open, so we can still have the window usable. While we are cooking, we have a bit of a window, and while we are at these lockers. That's neat. So we get a bit of light in here. Not that it works that way, but I think that helps. Good. What do you say? Is that something that can stay this way? So we have all the amenities for 2 persons basically, and even have a survival kit so we can fill up our hydrogen, our oxygen, and our health, and can respawn here. And now from this here we branch out a bit. So we go and build maybe a second module somewhere off to here that then could hold maybe, don't know, this could hold a lab area or something like that. And then we could branch off another module over here to hold another habitat or something like that. But we will do it kind of in this style. Have it as a unit, as a singular unit that has to be suspended over the ground. I'm not sure if this is nice. I think the scaffolding has the problem that it doesn't hold, that it doesn't have all the half blocks. So one thing we could do is finally set up an ignore color. Think about that, so that we can maybe make the bracing a bit smaller. So the bracing could be just normal blocks that are not welded up. But one thing I have to say is with this, it is a lot stronger. But on top, I think this on top is just too big. And here we could change the bracing too. Or yeah, I think it's time for an ignore color. We will do that in the next episode or something like that in the meantime. And then we also need to set up a built-in repair system. One thing I could imagine is to have a built-in repair system somewhere here in the middle of the base and surround this built-in repair system so that we just have one built-in repair system for the whole base. Is that an idea? That's maybe a good idea. So the base will go the next, if we build another module, that will go into that direction, and then it will the base will basically be a U-shape, kind of, with this thing in the middle. So the next module goes somewhere here, and then we could have modules here, 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 then have maybe some more modules over here. That could be an idea for us. Have, for example, a workshop or something like that somewhere here in this area, and maybe even have a bigger module for that. I'm not sure. That's an idea for the future. Have just a small base here for now. We could bring in a landing pad over here, so have that somewhere here in the middle where we could land a ship and then have that ship unloaded or something like that. The only problem now is that I didn't work well with this middle tower here. That needs to change. Maybe we change that later once we have a bit more power stored. Fully recharged in 17 hours. Maybe then we can change that for a bit, so that we then just remove the solar tower, rebuild it, kind of. Built-in repair system again will go somewhere here in the middle. Put it upside down over here. Remove this and have that. Change this a bit. That's what we will do. I have some ideas for that, so that could be good. Good people. But I think that's all for today. I just wanted to start this new thing here for us. Have another base in the world that has a bit of a different theme to what we usually have. So here we will try to keep the base building in a bit of a realistic style and keep it cramped and not so lavish than we usually have. And I think we will call this something. I'm not sure yet what, but there needs to be a name for this. MOONBASE, Alpha, MOONBASE something. Okay, that's a bit dumb. We look into the wall. Maybe I replace that with a window or something like that. But for now, we will call this MOONBASE. MOONBASE Object 85. Okay. And then I can stay in here for a while, just take a bit of a rest. Good people, thanks for watching, I would say. Hope you liked this video. And if you did, then please leave a like on the video. And I would say I hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.